All right, guys, so it's been a strange week for Apple to say the least. We did not get any software releases. We did not get any beta releases from Apple this week. We know that Apple is currently testing iOS 26.2.1 as Mac rumors and 9 to 5 Mac, both confirmed devices running the software, continue to visit their website, but Apple has yet to release iOS 26.2.1. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about iOS 26.3, still sitting in beta 2 weeks after the release of the second beta. Apple has yet to release another beta. I want to talk about the potential release of a third beta, perhaps /RC release candidate, because there's also an Apple Experience event for some creators that are getting these invitations, which I also want to talk about in this video. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So before we take a deeper dive into today's video, I want to talk about a major announcement today in regards to the next version of Siri, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking forward to. So according to Mark Gurman, Apple is planning to unveil the new Siri next month, meaning February 2026, looking to make good on its WWDC 2024 voice assistant announcement. So according to Mark Gurman, mid-February 2026, Apple either plans to have a private event or a public event to show off the new Siri capabilities that they promised at WWDC 2024. Now, the new Siri will be powered by Google Gemini, as you may or may not know, and it will also be launching with iOS 26.4. So in mid-February, we'll most likely get the demos, demonstration, and the announcement, and the official launch won't happen until perhaps late March, beginning of April. But yeah, good news. It appears that we'll get the first glance at the next version of Siri or Siri 2.0 mid-February or late February 2026. Definitely excited for this one. Now, before we continue, here is a quick word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Desking. With its ultra-low latency and global network of over 200 nodes, Desking allows you to remotely access your computer from anywhere in the world, whether you're using Windows, Mac, Android, or iOS. Desking is perfect for remote work. You can access your entire PC or Mac when you're traveling, in a meeting, or simply forgot your files at home. You can easily transfer files between PCs, phone or PCs, or vice versa at speeds of up to 12 megabits per second with no file size limit, no restrictions, and you can even edit them remotely. Desking supports 4K at 60 frames per second or 2K at 144 PFS. You can enjoy smooth PC games on your phone or any old laptop anytime. Now, you can also use your iPhone or your iPad as a secondary display with the built-in Extend My Screen option. Now, controlling an Android phone is also possible with Desking. If you need to help a family member troubleshoot their devices, this is going to be the app for you. Now, guys, personally, I love how simple and fast Desking is. Just log in, connect, and you're instantly working on your computer as if you were sitting right in front of it. And here's the best part. Desking free version is fully commercial ready with no time limits, great connection quality, and provides human customer support. And you can also upgrade to unlock even more powerful features at a very affordable price. So make sure to check out Desking. Links will all be in the description down below. Huge thanks to Desking for sponsoring today's video. So now let's talk about Apple's latest invitation for an Apple Experience event for a selected group of content creators. Now, a lot of you guys are asking, is this legit? And if so, what will Apple be announcing from January 27th through the 29th? And now, based on the information that I've obtained, this is definitely legit. Apple will be hosting an event with the tagline, "Save the Date." Now, this will be a private event, not a public event. These invitations have been sent out to a selected group of content creators to meet with Apple's Experience event, January 27th through the 29th. Now, based on my experience and based on what I know, Apple will be launching Apple Creator Studio on January the 28th. So this fits perfectly with the launch of Apple Creator Studio, inviting creators or independent content creators to an event January 27th through the 29th. Now, the other thing that could happen here as well, Apple could be announcing an upgraded version of the MacBook Pro with the upgraded chips, the M5 Pro and the M5 Pro Max, to go along with the launch of the Apple Creator Studio on January the 28th. Now, obviously, that is not confirmed information. That's just speculation, but it would make sense for Apple to launch the upgraded versions of the M chip at this event as a press release and hold this private event or experience with content creators. And I'll keep you guys posted as more information becomes available. But yeah, definitely legit. I think it has to do with Apple Creator Studios, and we could see upgraded M5 chips for the MacBook Pros. So now let's talk about iOS 26.2.1 and iOS 26.3 betas. We've all been waiting for iOS 26.2.1 to be released by Apple, and we have confirmed information from two reliable sources, Mac Rumors and a 9 to 5 Mac, both confirmed that Apple continues to test iOS 26.2.1. But what's most interesting to me is that last week, Apple did not release anything at all. We didn't see any betas for iOS 26.3 or any software releases. So this could mean two things. iOS 26.2.1 is still in the plans, or Apple has scrapped the plans altogether, and any bugs or issues or any patches that were set to be launching with iOS 26.2.1 will jump over to iOS 26.3. Now, iOS 26.3 is still sitting in beta 2, which is kind of crazy to me to think, because Apple will most likely either release 26.2.1 or the next release for 26.3 could be the RC. Now, this upcoming week will definitely tell us everything we need to know in regards to future software releases. If we see iOS 26.3 RC, then obviously this means 26.2.1 will not be launching at all. Obviously, if Apple does release 26.2.1 instead of iOS 26.3 RC, we could expect 26.3 to be launching later in mid-February, not late January. So I'll keep you guys posted. Kind of weird that Apple didn't release anything at all last week. I was quite surprised about that. And they continue to test iOS 26.2.1 as it is confirmed again by the most reliable sources that we have, which is Mac Rumors and 9 to 5 Mac, both confirming that Apple continues to visit their website with devices running this update. So I'll keep you guys posted. Obviously, next week will be jam-packed. Make sure to stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.